The room was silent, the only illumination a dim glow filtering through the blinds from the street. Beside me, Rachel lay restless, her frustration clear after I turned away from her touch. 7 years of marriage, once held together by passion and closeness, now felt weighed down. The spark had dimmed beneath my long work hours and her constant criticisms. That night, when I pulled back, she let out a laugh. Sharp, cold. "What's wrong with you, Ben? Can't even sleep with your wife?" Her voice cut through me, mocking, echoing in the darkness. I didn't move. Her laughter felt like a blade twisting in my chest. I had always admired Rachel's confidence, but lately her biting remarks about my late shifts at the construction site and my fatigue chipped away at me. I'd been working extra hours to put money aside for the house we dreamed of. Yet her words left me feeling small, less than. "That's not fair," I muttered quietly. She rolled to her side, brushing me off. The sting wasn't new, she'd thrown jabs before. I had always let them slide, convincing myself it was stress. The next morning, over coffee, Rachel carried on as if nothing had happened, chatting about her students, smiling like the night before had vanished. But I couldn't shake her words. Something in me had cracked. I thought of our early years, the warmth in her laugh, the stolen glances, the closeness. When did that slip away? I set my mug down, the heaviness inside of me solidifying into resolve. "Rachel, I want a divorce," I said evenly. Her smile froze, her eyes wide like the floor had disappeared beneath her. Then came a nervous laugh, disbelief. "You're not serious," she whispered, her voice unsteady. But I was. I nodded firmly. "I'm done being your target. I deserve better than your mockery." Her eyes filled, tears spilling down her face, her hands trembling as she reached out. "I didn't mean it, Ben," she pleaded, voice breaking. I was upset, but no tears could undo the damage, the way her words had stripped me down. I stood, grabbed my keys, and said quietly, "I'll stay at a motel for now." Rachel followed, begging, her voice cracking. "Please, let's talk." I stopped, looked at her, the woman I'd stood by through struggles, and said, "You mocked me for not being enough. I can't live like that." Her sobs filled the hall as I left, closing the door softly behind me. It wasn't anger, but my calm that rattled her. At the motel, the plain room hummed with the sound of the air conditioner. My phone lit up with Rachel's texts, apologies, promises, vows to change, but I didn't reply. Instead, I replayed our years together. Her encouragement when I first joined the firm. My pride in her career as a teacher. And the slow unraveling as her comments grew sharper. The mockery wasn't new, it had been building. Asking for divorce wasn't about punishing her. It was about reclaiming myself. The next day I met with a lawyer, not to file right away, but to understand my options. That evening, Rachel called, asking to meet at a diner. Her eyes were swollen, her voice desperate. "I was wrong," she said. "I felt unwanted, so I lashed out. I love you." I listened, but the wound was fresh. "You made me feel worthless," I told her. "I need more than apologies." Tears rolled down her cheeks, and my calm refusal weighed heavier than anger ever could. A week later, we began counseling. Rachel admitted her insecurities. How my exhaustion left her feeling rejected, how she used sarcasm as a shield. I admitted my hurt too, how her words had chipped away at me for years. The sessions were raw, forcing us to face the truth of a marriage we'd let fray. My call for divorce wasn't a bluff. It was a demand for respect. Rachel's tears showed me she finally felt the cost of her actions. For the first time in months, we began to rebuild. She softened, catching herself when sharp words threatened. I opened up, sharing my stress instead of burying it. We made time again, date nights, conversations without distractions. Her mockery had nearly destroyed us. But my choice, to stop enduring in silence and draw the line, forced us to confront reality. We weren't perfect, but we were trying, this time on a foundation of honesty. One evening, after dinner, Rachel slipped her hand into mine as we walked home. Her eyes softened. "I'm glad you didn't let me push you away," she whispered. I nodded, remembering the sting of her laughter, but also the weight of her tears. Her mockery had hurt me deeply, but my steady refusal to accept it had changed the course of our marriage. We were still healing, but we were together, learning to love without tearing each other apart.